What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to my first video on my newly created YouTube channel, Cerulean Cave Finds. My name is Eric, and I am from Indiana. I recently created a YouTube channel and Instagram that will be dedicated to making Pokemon card show content, in particular, Pokemon vendor POVs. I've been a longtime Pokemon fan for my whole life, and now the hobby has dragged me back in. I sold my master set of base set last year because I needed the money, and I felt like vintage, or at least the base set, keeps dropping in value. Plus, my son has no interest in the older cards, so I figured, why not? I unfortunately stopped collecting during the best time of Pokemon TCG, in my opinion. I stopped buying cards soon after Neo Genesis, which wasn't the best idea, but I entered middle school. I thought I was too cool, too old to be playing with Pokemon cards, but boy do I regret that now. You know, I missed out on EX Era, Skyridge, Expedition, Quapolis, so many other cool sets, just to name a few after that. I somehow came across vendor POVs on YouTube. I guess the NSA has been listening to what I had been talking about out loud and told the algorithm to show me videos of nostalgia. Jokes aside, I came across the Bulbasaur vendor POV videos and I was hooked. One, I had no idea that people spend crazy amounts of money on Pokemon still, but I did also figure that out when I did sell my master set on eBay for $2,200, and therefore turned that into a Disney family vacation. Yeah, priorities have changed. And two, I had no idea that huge shows and small ones happen all the time. Shortly after that, I wanted to give it a try, since I still had a decent amount of singles left, and I had started slowly buying cheaper graded slaps on eBay. I signed up for my first local show, and it was a blast. I only made about $150. The show was mostly sports cards, but there was a few Pokemon vendors sprinkled in there. With that, I did make some new connections. I learned a lot from other vendors. Table was only $25, so I made that back fast. And then I had a buddy who helped out as well, so that was fun. It was just a good feeling. I enjoyed the hobby, and I thought I could potentially do this on the side. It was cool to see the joy on people's faces when they got the card they had been wanting, or little kids coming up and being able to afford a lot of my cards, because I have dollar binders and other lower end stuff for now. So it was really cool to see and experience. Since then, I have been signing up for local shows as much as I can, increasing my inventory. I want to make it to Collect-A-Con one day. The Bulbasaur and other vendor POV videos, shout out to Dylan from the Bulbasaur if you ever see this video, inspired me to hit those heights. Right now it's just a side gig as I work full time and I have a family. But maybe one day it can be my main source of income if I do this correctly. So I decided to come up with a name, use AI to create a logo, and landed on Cerulean Cave Finds. I always enjoyed the Cerulean Cave in the Game Boy games, as Mewtwo was one of my favorite characters to catch. So I stuck with it, figured I would give the World Vendor POV a try, and I can say I learned some more during my second show, which was get there ahead of time for setup, especially now that I have a display and more things to sell. It is not a quick setup anymore compared to my first show. So people started arriving, and I still hadn't finished setting up my display case. Therefore, I chose to prioritize the engagement with the customers instead, so I could not get any footage of the actual sales going on, but I hope that can change at my third show. I'm going to replay the small clips that I took that day of what I had on display now that my first introduction is put out here. I'll work on getting actual footage next time by arriving early and making sure everything's set up. I do sell for friends who gave me cards to put on display, and I just do a small consignment with them. And then my father-in-law creates these really cool wooden Pokemon items, anything from signs to wooden Pokemon cards to ornaments, and I'm also selling those. And those actually did pretty well. So I do have a lot of stuff now that I am taking to shows. So hopefully it'll make me a more interesting booth. But yeah. Also, shout out to the 2 dudes who subscribed even without a first video or anything being out there. We made some cool trades and really enjoyed our interaction. Hopefully I can see you guys at future shows. I will post on here what show I'll be at next. Probably on Instagram, but maybe as well on YouTube. And then hopefully might hop on the TikTok bandwagon. I'm not a huge fan of the app. I don't have it on my phone, but that is where a lot of people go to for content, so I may create one as well. Anyway, thanks for checking out the channel. I'll push more content out as I can get to shows and find good deals to post about. Hope you enjoy, and make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share. Peace. Alright, so I did have a binder with cheaper stuff, and I did provide some different ways you can get more cards, depending on the amount that you spend. Most of these cards are just dollar cards. I had baby shinies, trainer gallery, V's. I had some full art trainers, and then we got into the alternate arts, $2, $3 cards. Nothing crazy. This was more midway through the show, so some stuff had already sold. As you can see, the empty pockets in some areas, and then towards the back we got to the $5 stuff. We did have some mini tins that we got on sale and decided to take with us. Anywhere from jumbo cards to another friend's binder that was some vintage, mostly vintage, and not much newer stuff there. Everything was priced at $1 as well. Thought it was a cool find for people who wanted to buy some cheap vintage cards. Here was another friend of mine's binder. He had a lot of good stuff, good vintage stuff. Not so much for $1 in between, but definitely some good cards there that range anywhere from $1 to up to $30. Everything else I tried to put on display. My friend also brought some of these 3D printed toys. There were some Funko Pops and some Roblox Pokemon characters. And then I had my vintage binder, where I probably need to reprice it just because I had priced it from a while back. And then here we're kind of gonna go through. I just did a quick overview of the slabs that I had. I had already made some trades there, and then as you can see, some singles. I need to do better. I'm trying to get a better camera. There's a lot of glare, so I potentially need to do the video beforehand and with the case open. But yeah, this was midway through the show, and this is what I had left. There was a good variation of prices, anywhere from $5, $6 to up to $90. And then in this clip here shows the wooden stuff that my father-in-law, who has a business, makes with his laser. It's pretty cool. We had cards. We had the base set, Charizard, the Blastoise, and the Venusaur first edition, and Pikachu. And then we decided to make some Umbreon VMAXs. I figured those were super popular cards. And then, yeah, they came with this cool display if you bought one. And hoping to sell many more of those. We did pretty good. We sold about $80 worth. And yeah, we had a good time. Hopefully next time I'm a little bit more prepared so I can have more footage. And yeah, thanks for tuning in to my very first video. Hopefully I can continue to attend more shows and put out more content. And yeah, the road to Collect-A-Con has started.